Back for round 2 and 3 with our red-white aggressive deck. This Amonkhet. Our Devastation. Okay, a little slowish hand, but I have 3 free drops. A little bit awkward is that I have 2 comes to play tapped lands, but only 1 land should be fine, and these 3 cards are good synergy with each other. I mean, the Scrappers has good synergy with the Survivors. Gonna lead with the Farmland in case I draw a 2-drop like Gustwalker. Yeah. Even though it's a little bit easier to cycle, I have red mana enough. And if I don't draw a land, I'm just gonna play the Desert. Ooh, so he starts with a Pain land. Interesting. Is this a Slither Blade? No, cycling. Okay. Kind of a large price to pay to cycle. I'm gonna start jamming 3 drops next turn. Probably start with Scrapper, although depends what he does. He's just dirtling around. So the problem with Survivors is that it could get blocked. The advantage of casting Survivors is that I use up a white mana. I only have 1. So if I draw white spells, I wanna use the white spell first. I think it's somewhat unlikely that he can block the. Although I guess I don't. I have to exert the Survivors to deal max damage. So I'm gonna leave it the Scrapper after some consideration. Mana. Moaning Wall, okay. So I think I just cast another Scrapper and then I'm ready to exert next turn. Getting for some damage. Not gonna exert this turn. So I lose out on the exert ping. No, that's not gonna work, buddy. So the Moaning Wall is annoying, but at least it doesn't threaten my creature, so I can, even though it can combine with another creature to block, it doesn't add any power. 3 mana. Okay, so I think this is gonna be a good turn if he blocks. Actually, he can't really block if I double. Oh, that gets +1. That's kind of cute. That's kind of cute. Okay, so some options here. I could attack, and he can then actually double block one of my Kenra Scrappers, but then I get to cast Kindled Fury. So I think I start by doing this, then I double exert. So, because if he has a removal spell for my Survivors, I want to get the damage through while I can. I also probably get to, he maybe wants to trade, and then I can cast Kindled Fury. I could also, I'm gonna order them like this, and I think it's a good time to use Kindled Fury. To protect my creature. Because in 2 turns, maybe I should have played a land, but I think it's fine not to, if he has some sort of discard spell. Because I'm burned, I want to discard a mountain. I don't have any 6 drops in my deck necessarily. Okay, interesting that he would go after a Scrapper and not the Survivors. That could exile something at some point. I think I'm just gonna exert for a ping here and then cast a Minotaur. I could go Treasure Lizard and defend Kenra too, I guess. The Treasure Lizard is a 4/4. It's bad if he has Bontu's Last Reckoning, but I don't think playing around rares is a very good idea. So pretty much only lose the sweepers here, I think. Because the damage I'm gonna deal is a lot. 5 mana. Ooh, that's kind of good too. It creates 2 3/3s and this becomes a 1/6. So I'm gonna attack with the Scrapper for sure with Exert. He then would have to double block it. Yes, I'm also gonna... If I attack with everything, he could eat the Defiant Kenra, the zombie, but then he would take... either he would... Then he can block the Thresholist or the Moaning Wall, but then he gets 4 damage with the Scrapper, so I think I'm gonna play a land. I'm actually gonna attack with everything here. I play a land so my Thresholist gets big. Because if he wants to eat, the Defiant Kenra is gonna cost him 5 damage, and then I have the Minotaur. And then the Scrapper is alive too. So I think it's okay to actually suicide the Defiant Kenra here. Okay, so he could... Okay, he's gonna go for the block. But then I get 2 damage through, so I think attacking the Defiant Kenra worked out. And I cast this guy. I put the counter on the Defiant Kenra. It's my worst creature. Now I just need to push through the last damage. It's possible I can get 1 more damage through with this. I think Mighty Leap's gonna be lethal if I ever draw it. But is this a situation where my opponent could stabilize? Kind of a close game so far. He also has a return if that becomes relevant. I don't think it is, but it creates a 2/2, so actually it creates a 3/3. But let's see how my attacks look next turn. If I attack with the Resolute Survivors, then it's gonna die most likely, which means I'm not gonna get any value from future Exert creatures, so it's very possible I should not do that unless it's lethal for some reason. Okay, alright, that's not a bad draw. Looks like my opponent does not have too many removal spells in his deck. So if I attack with everything, the wall can block the Defiant Kenra, the zombie can block the Resolute Survivors, the Minotaur can either trade for either one. So I think I can attack with everything, and with Exert of course, then the Manticore blocks either the Thresholist or the Manticore. The zombie blocks the Survivors, the Manticore blocks one of them, and then get 2 damage through, and then Frontline Devastation is actually lethal next turn. So I think attacking with everything is correct here. My opponent cannot afford to block the Defiant Kenra. Now my opponent's going to need to top deck a removal support, because I think my opponent's going to go down to 2 here, unless he has an unsummon. But then he also goes down to 2 because he needs to pay life. So yeah, these blocks looks pretty obvious, and then this card is actually lethal. Next turn. This has Embalm, but there is no life gain in play, which is good. Okay, Green Desert, interesting. Either he's splashing or it's only there for some kind of desert synergy. Okay, so let's attack first. If he has final reward, then I can Sandstrider the... I mean, he obviously has something, or he's bluffing. But then I can... so he could have like final reward. Okay, and that works too. So my opponent goes to 1, and then I can kill his Moaning Wall. Pretty good top deck, all things considered. I mean, he could at some point copy my Sandstrider, but he still dies unless he has something else. Okay. So got a little bit fortunate with my draws there, not gonna lie. Don't see anything good in my deck here. No, basically don't have a sideboard. Unless this Chandra's Defeat is my only card, which is very good in my sideboard. I guess Fling. If you play against blue, you see a lot of unquenchable thirds. I card is fine. It's a decent card I guess commit to, but I don't think it's enough. But alright, we're back for game 2. It's one of the easiest mulligan I've ever seen. This is keep though. I have 3 2-drops and 1 removal spell, so I'm just gonna pray I hope to find a land between being on the draw step and having a scry. My opponent goes down to 4 cards. But he could still win. If I don't, well, I did. So I could still lose because my hand, aside from this Burning Fist Minotaur, has a pretty low power level. So it's not impossible to lose with this hand. So I don't want to relax just yet. The question is, what do I start with? I think I'm just going to start with the card that's almost surely going to get through next turn. There's no reason to give up 3 damage. So, cycling, yeah. Looking for black mana, no doubt. Okay, so he hits his lands, but he still doesn't have any black mana. Alright. Still a bunch of cards that could get my opponent back in the game. I'm thinking mostly of Liliana's Mastery, which is very close to stabilizing this board. That card doesn't stabilize the board, but it's pretty good. Good blocker. I'm going to cycle that also surely. The wall is also pretty good against Blur Blades. I could double this discard here, but I don't think that's correct. I think it's better just to develop my board, and all my cards in my hand do something. I mean, this cycles for another card, and these are other stuff. So he cycles a black. Okay, so he has double black. Ooh. Alright, let's start by attacking here. Threaten to pump. If he blocks the frontline Devastation, I'm not going to pump, because then he obviously has something, but it's the threat. Okay, I could play around the sweeper here by pumping. I think if I... This is kind of tough. There is only Bontu's Last Reckoning. So I guess I can go halfway by pumping and playing in Defiant Camp. I think that's... This plays around most things here. Also, you could have some kind of bounce, but then he's down a card. So I'm fine with that. I think I play this and just say go. I think this puts up enough pressure that I, with the Blur Blades next turn, can probably win. Alright. Attack with everything. There's no huge flash creatures to my knowledge. Yeah. I don't know what I should say. I mean, it's happened to me too, but this one sucks. All take the L. I don't know what that means. But I think I wanna. The only card I lose to is a sweeper, so I don't wanna just dump my hand here. And yeah. So that was as close to a free win as you will get. I'll take it though, it has happened to me, and it's unfortunate. But whenever it happens to me, it's not like my opponent has any sympathy, so it sucks, but part of the game. So let's see if we can take this down. I'm actually pretty happy with a 2-1 with this deck. I would like to win, of course, but I don't think my deck is a 3-0 deck. I think my deck is a typical 2-1 deck. It has some punch. Okay, I'm going to keep this mostly on the strength with the Desert and the Sand Stranger. This is a hand that can actually have some late game punch. But I am missing white mana, but I'm aware of that. I'm on the draw. So that's fine. Cycling Horror of the Broken Lands. In the desert. Oh, that's something we can kill with the Blur Blades. White. I think I'm just going to do that now. There's no reason to give my opponent like a pump. And that actually blocks some of my good creatures here. It blocks my frontline Devastator. And it's not like Blur Blade's gonna kill too many things anyway. Okay, impeccable timing. I think I'm gonna play the Desert here in case my opponent wants me to discard a card. I wanna have a Desert in play. Scrapper probably can attack next turn with the Sand Stranger. Spearmaster also can attack. It's kind of close. Guess the I don't know, kind of close. I think I'm gonna go with the Scrapper because that's a card I may not need to exert next turn to attack, whereas the Spearmaster have to exert. So okay, another blue-black deck. So ideally my opponent plays some kind of free toughness creature here. I didn't. Okay. I think I'm going to discard a land here, and this was one of the reasons. Actually, I'm going to take 3 damage. What am I thinking? That was not what I was thinking. I didn't know I was going to draw a land. This also can attack through a wall. Usually blue-black doesn't put too much pressure on you, so I think it's fine to take 3 damage. I was considering discarding a land though, but I didn't know I was going to draw a land. But all kind of keeping my forces at bay here. That's a good call. I guess Blur Blades is kind of good, although Blur Blades on that is not that good. So it's not exactly a card I want to Sand Strangler because it just comes back. But yeah, I think it's better just to play the Spearmaster. I'm going to keep a land in my hand. Okay, so there is some other discard spell. Okay, my opponent's deck is insane. That is for sure. I think I'm close to being dead here. So I could kill that. Let's see, it says I'm born for 7. Also my opponent can use this ability. So how do I win this game? I think a damage race is the only thing I can think of. I don't think I have any outs to the Scarab God, so I think racing is the only way I can get back. So it's gonna start by him blocking my Spearmaster here. I don't think that's gonna happen. Okay, and then we are in trouble. Alright, we don't have a puncturing blow. I'm thinking about ways I can win this game, and I don't come up with anything. I don't think Sandstring is right either. Okay. Don't disable is an interesting card. This card just untaps it. But problem is, I'm also kind of dying to very fast. Yeah, he's playing correctly and exiling a card in response to the trigger. That way he gets to drain for 2. Actually, yeah. Could have actually activated the desert, but wanted him to attack with this, but he figured it out. Alright, I think I'm dead here. I don't think I can possibly win. Let's see here. One of the problems with that game was that I never found a good target for my Sandstringer. I'm considering Fling. The reason is I think I need to get lucky to win this game, and Fling is a card that can steal a game. Let's see if there's something not too great. I like Blur of Blades. I think Impeccable Timing is not great. Yeah, I think we're gonna take out Impeccable Time and put in Fling. I think it's a good. My opponent's deck is better than mine, so I think Fling is the kind of card which I can use to steal a game, and Impeccable Timing does not look too good against my opponent. I have 2 large creatures. Okay, so I need to get out to a fast start, but this hand does not deliver that. I think if I keep, let's see, if I keep and scry a mountain to the top, draw another land, this hand can actually operate. So I think this is better than going to 5. Desert. Usually a sign that they don't have too many lands in their hand. Now we're probably dead. If we draw 3 lands in a row, maybe. It's a good zombie deck. I mean, good zombie card for my opponent's deck. It comes back as a zombie. Alright. Well, this did not work out so good. I think I discard is Fling. I think it's the worst card in my hand. Yeah, my opponent's deck is very good. Okay, that was kind of an anticlimactic end, but I think I'm dead here. So I got lucky in one match and I got unlucky in another. So I guess it evens out in a way. I'm not too disappointed, since I think my deck wasn't very good. It was I think I'm happy with a 2-round result. Fortunately I couldn't win, but yeah, so it goes. And I will see you next time. Probably either Odyssey, Draft, or Cube, or as you should, some constructor.